Now, speaking of children,
my baby.
she loves her baby, and he's so adorable.
Yay.
Now, that is another thing. We do not speak about mental health and motherhood and emotional well-being and motherhood. I will start with me.
Sometimes I'm mystery, sometimes I'm free, depending on my mood or my attitude. Sometimes I wanna roll or stay at home.
For one, I got a baby when I was young. I was still in university, so it was just until hey.
Like, so next, I'm still a child myself.
Yeah, and you're raising this other human being, and because of course you have no idea what you're doing, you're not in your head. You're thinking this is not the right time, and I was not ready. It messes you up mentally. It really does. If you do not have a good support system, if you do not have people around you, you can easily break. And sometimes even people with the best of support systems still break.
We still break.
Yeah, I'm thankful because I have an amazing family, and I feel like even myself, I sort of found the strength to be like, okay, you know what? There's this little human being. He's here now.
Yeah.
And so I have to do what I have to do.
Yeah.
I can't just, walk away from this. It's not something you can walk away from.
It's not a bag.
It's like, well, it's been nice knowing you.
You're like, oopsie.
Yeah. I dropped
See
you.
Yeah.
But it's, okay, hi mom. Yeah. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that people who actually just do that.
Yeah.
Mom, here. And that is it for them. And it sucks. It's so sad that I know there are very few platforms where even people who just openly go to a therapist or to a psychiatrist and be like, you know what, I'm tired of being a mom. So like I was saying, there are not many platforms where you can just go, or you just go to a therapist and tell them, I'm tired. Like, sitaki? Like, can I give out my child? Like, not even for adoption. Let me just, stand on the street, child for sale. And you were about to say something about, you feel bad.
You actually feel bad. The thought of you wanting to give out your baby.
Yeah.
Or you need a break from them. You just want to lock yourself in the bathroom.
In the loo. And sit on the loo and just breathe. Nothing else.
Yeah, and then the thought of just saying it out loud that I am tired makes you feel like you're a bad mom.
Exactly. And again, we bring in society because you're supposed to be a great mom, an amazing mom, wakes up first, an amazing mom, breastfeeds 6 months straight. I did it, but I know so many people who didn't. I did it because I was there. For the 6 months, I was there daily with my child. Like, there was nowhere I was going.
Yeah.
So, I could do it. But what of those moms who can't?
Right.
What of those moms who can't even breastfeed in the first place? Yeah? So, are you saying they're a bad mom because they can't do that? And then, 6 months exclusive breastfeeding. You're not a good mom because you did not win them the right way. You did not give them, what is it called? There's pumpkin. If you didn't give your child a pumpkin.
First of all, my baby hates pumpkins.
My child never eats pumpkin. Like,
why?
don't give a baby pumpkin. If you don't, I don't know, if you use a baby walker.
You're spoiling their legs, they won't walk.
They become bow-legged. There is so much out there. And for a mom, you take in all these things and you're like, okay, if I can't do these things, So for me, I remember at my age, one, I could not afford any of these things. So I was like, okay, it's exclusive breastfeeding or nothing. There's no way I'm going to buy.
There's no food
Formula. Formula is so expensive. I think we used it for 1 month or 2 months, and then I was just like,
thank you so much.
And then after the 6 months of breastfeeding, I was like, relax. And all these things are expensive. But at the time, I was thinking, okay, this is what I need to be, or I need to do, because that is what says I'm a good mom. If I don't do these things, I'm not worth it. I'm not enough for my child. And all these things eat at you, and now they start affecting you mentally and emotionally. For me, I remember even when I had, because I deferred a year and I had to go back now to finish. And by that time, yes, my son was 1 year old, but I was still thinking, guy, I'm leaving him. And of course, I was leaving him with my mom, with family, with my great and amazing support system. But I constantly thought about him, even when I was at school, and I was just like, man. Because I remember for me, the first thing I had said, I would give birth. We had a long holiday. I was like, I'll give birth. I'll be home for 4 months. Because it was there. So I was giving birth in July. And I was like, I'll stay home for 2 months and then join when the semester is a bit in. And I was ready. I was like, I'm going with my child. I'm going to go have a nanny, nini. It's all planned out. I remember my dad sat me down. He's like, are you sure? Like, 100% sure. And it took so much for me to actually defer. And I remember, for me, I was just thinking, guy, now all the people I was with, they're going to be ahead of me.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing now on my emotional and mental well-being. So they're going to be ahead of me. Now I'm behind. It's like repeating a class.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. So here I am thinking, I need to be here for my baby. I need to read because I need to finish school. And then there's so many other things that you're thinking you have to do. As a woman, you have to do. If you're in a relationship, you have to do.
Yeah.
Now, you're in a marriage. Yeah? You're in a marriage. So for me, there was so much taking a toll on me, and I had to call myself to a meeting and be like, you know what, I won't let these things eat me up. Yeah. And there's so many people, so many of my friends, even people I don't know, like personally, and you hear their stories, and someone is struggling because they want to be the mom that society wants them to be, but at the same time they want to be the mom that they think they can be or they should be, and they're struggling with their emotional well-being and their mental well-being, and they're constantly wanting a break or even taking a break, because there are those ones who it's not even out of choice, you just shut down.
Yeah.
You find yourself, if maybe your child is older, you're lashing out at your child, or even if they're younger, you're thinking,
postpartum.
Yeah, you get
baby blues.
Yeah, it's normal, and I think that people should talk about these things because it's happening, and it can happen to anybody. There are people who even your different babies. Your firstborn, you could be fine. Your secondborn, you could have baby blues, or you could have serious postpartum. So you need to put yourself first, even if there's a child or a baby involved. If you're not okay, there's no way your baby will be okay. Yeah. These little human beings sip in all our emotions, all our energy. So if you're having a bad day, it's very easy for your child to notice. They'll be cranky. It's so many times that you can even be called to school. You're being told your kid is acting out at school. If you think back, you're like, oh no, I've been having the craziest week at work, or my husband and I, or my girlfriend and I are fighting.
Yeah.
And it's small things like that, but kids notice these things no matter how young they are, no matter the age. So you are better off calling yourself to a meeting, telling yourself, you know what, this is where I am. I don't feel okay. And if you have like your support system or someone you can talk to, constantly have someone you can talk to, that you can reach out to and be like, you know what, I'm not okay. This is what I'm going through. Even if it's going to a therapist, getting help, accept that you need help. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be that you're fully depressed. It could just be having a bad day and you need a break. Take that break. You're doing yourself so much good by just taking a few hours off. You go drive somewhere, sit, eat or drink, and just be like, you know what? And when you get back home, you'll realize how much that has helped you and helped your baby. You'll find your baby is fine. And I know there's mom guilt everywhere. As in, everybody has that thing for guy. Nitamwacha, and you're leaving them with someone who has experience. And even if they don't have, you trust them with your child, but you're constantly thinking, oh my God, now if I leave them, So yeah, now having given my story, I would want yours. So we've come from dating life, then you've gotten married, then everything is happy, and then woo, it's a baby.
It's a baby. It's a baby boy.
It's a baby boy. So now, I feel like I'm guessing that you are in the right state of mind. And as much as, even when you plan for a baby, not even those ones who have wanted a baby for 10, 20 years, you're never ready. When they come, you're just like,
wow, what is this? Who is this?
So I feel like it's the same thing. So it's just how you, I don't know, carry yourself in this whole motherhood journey. Yeah.
I remember the fourth day we went home, and everything was like, everything was nice. The baby's home, everything is prepared. You are ready for it. And in hospital, funny enough, he was so calm. So nice. He wasn't crying. Nothing.
Yeah.
We got home.
It's like you carried a different child home.
Hey, that baby was crying.
Yeah.
Like, he was just annoyed. He was cold. I wasn't understanding what's the matter because I'm breastfeeding. I've changed his clothes. I've bathed him. I don't understand. Why are you crying? And I was just like, he's crying. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. And I remember just breaking down and crying. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with this child. He was fine. We were just the two of us at the time. It was just me, Ted, and the baby. There was no one else in the house. So anyway, I don't know how we managed. So Ted was like, let me just get him and go to the sitting room. We'll sit with him, just try, relax and sleep, and then we'll sort it out in the morning. I slept. He woke up a couple of times, but it was okay. When he woke up in the morning, it was fine. So my mom was like, probably the room is too cold for him. He needs a heater, so we bought a heater. You know the way when you get kids now, you buy everything.
Everything, because you're like, it's too hot.
It's too hot.
It's too cold.
It's too cold. Anyway, I remember now the 6th day, I had baby blues. Like I was just looking at him and I'm wondering, why is he crying? Why do I have to be up the whole night to help you? Why is
Why can't you help yourself?
Yeah. My body is still sore, as in I don't even know what is happening. I actually thought I was going to die. I remember just crying again until found me and was like, now why are you crying? What's the matter? I was like, I'm going to die. I was like, why are you dying? My body. Yeah, this is it. This is me going. So I need to tell you bye. I'm asking him, no, if I leave you guys, who will take care of Joe? And you? What will happen? Gosh, I'm dramatic.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
It's okay. We love you all the same.
Thanks, guys. So, telling him, I was like, no, you'll be fine. Don't worry, you'll be fine. And for 2 months, 3 months there, I didn't touch anything in the house. I didn't wash, I didn't cook, I didn't clean, nothing. Ted and my sister at the time moved in with us. So my sister helped. Also Ted's sisters used to come visit the mom also. My mom, like it was just, my house was always just, people were just all over the place. So at least I was getting enough sleep. I was resting. But now after 3 months is when I think things changed a bit. Because when Joel came into our life, because we were just used to being Ted and I. Just us two. And then the baby came along, and then it's different. You know, now you have to learn being a mom, you have to learn being a dad, and you have to learn to live together as being both as parents. And we didn't know how to do that. Most of the time we think about women having postpartum depression, but we don't think about the men.
That is so true.
And also when you get the baby, it's always about the mother and the baby. That's all we ask about. Like, how are you today? And then, how is the baby? That's it.
You never
don't
go like
extend it.
Yeah, you don't ask the husband.
If you ask the husband, you ask them, are you taking good care of them? You know.
It's so true. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel so bad right now.
No one asked the guy, Ati, how are you? Would you like a break? Would you like to sleep? You know, because nothing. It's just about the mom and the child. And I think everything was just going on so well until the third month, the fourth month, when I think also Ted felt like he was being left out. Like it was just about Joel and I. Like when everyone comes, it's just us who are concerned and all those things. So his needs were not being met. So he was just there. And I think maybe he thought after the third month, maybe I'll pick up my wifely duties, like probably I'll go back to cooking, cleaning, and those things. And I remember when I got the baby, I was like, I'll never neglect my husband. When people say, Ati, people neglect us. Me?
Never ever.
Never. I can never do such a thing. But you see, when the first month I thought, I can cook, it's okay. And I was like, no, I don't want you to do it because your body is still getting used to it. Also, I just need to rest.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's so sweet. And then, he was so sweet for 3 months. And I got used to not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then now, he didn't say now I would expect you like to pick up. So it was just, he's silent about it. And also me, I'm just comfortable. So I don't know, there's a gap, like there's a problem. Until now, one day I noticed, like a week, I noticed he was being too quiet. He was too silent, like he wouldn't want to hold the baby. He doesn't want to. Like he wasn't mad, but he just preferred being alone. So I thought, maybe there is actually something wrong. So when I asked him what the problem was, like now for me, I had friends, first time moms, you had a group for first time moms. So you could say, oh, today this is what is happening. This is like you have the support. You have ladies who tell you, even if you feel bad today that you don't want to see your baby, it's okay. Even as you feel this way, blah, blah, fish. But for men, they don't even have that group. They don't have a place.
Because men don't talk.
Yeah, so, first of all, men don't talk. And then they also don't have a place to channel that frustration.
It's true.
Whether it's to do with finances, there's okay, I have a new mouth to feed, or the fact that I feel like my wife is neglecting me, or I feel like the baby is sleeping. I'm tired in the office. I'm not sleeping.
On that note, we need to have a guy here, a father.
Yeah.
So
when we sat down and talked about it, I didn't know he felt like he wasn't depressed but he was like he wasn't himself. And it's because now there was someone new in the family, and even him, there was no one who was asking him, including me. I wasn't asking him if you're okay, if you're a fish cake. There were days he used to ask me, can we go out and just the two of us? And I'm like, no, let's bring the child along.
The baby needs to come.
Yeah.
Like, can you go on that date?
Yeah, like the child needs to breathe fresh. It's like, no. Like, even him is just like, I just need, like, I miss just having you by myself, to myself. And with here, it's not like I don't like my child. I just want to be with you alone without the baby and all those things. So once I started now doing 1, 2, 3, like maybe now cooking and talking to him when he gets to work, and just even if it's you're tired, because he used to come and he will stay with the baby till 2 a.m.
Then you take over.
Then I take over, and then I start breastfeeding, and you see him is waking up at 5 to go to work, and me, I'm just in the house. So he wakes up because he's tired. He's emotionally drained. So he gets to the office. He's working. People. He's frustrated. Now you're just all over, and then he's not those people for shouting, or he's quiet.
He's calm.
Yeah, he's quiet. So those things just eat him up inside. So I would say that period was before now noticing that there was something wrong, and it made me think guys also just go through. Maybe it's called something different, but they also go through depression, or it's different for them because they also trying to just understand. It was all about me. Okay, it was about all of us, but mostly that affection, that nurturing, that are they nurturing? No?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, but that affection, it was just me and my wife, but now there's a boy. And then I think also moms who get boys, the husband get it a bit rough.
Yeah. Because when it's a girl, it's
Yeah.
not the man who's interested.
Yeah, it's like, my daughter.
Yes.
But now when it's a guy, it's a boy, you just, as a mom, there's like this boy.
Yeah.
And then he smiles at you. And then he's just thinking, this child.
Yeah, I know.
You
He
know?
should be at the door.
Yeah, he's
So let me
he's taking
ask
everything.
you, how did that make you feel? Like, what did it do to you emotionally and mentally?
Emotionally, I actually felt like the day he told me how he felt about what was happening. I felt like I failed both. I felt like I felt like I failed him, and I felt like I failed my baby and also myself, because I thought I wouldn't lose myself, I wouldn't neglect my husband, and I'll be a good mom to my son.
But you tell yourself, I can do both.
I can do all. Yeah, I mean, I'm all-rounded, but that's not the case. I was having bits and pieces of all of it, trying my best to put the puzzles together, but I was not doing a good job, and it's because I was trying too hard to do it, and I was missing what was important. To him, what was important is just spending time together. And maybe thought maybe if I take care of the baby, if I'm just there feeding, changing the diapers, washing, like I'm doing everything so that he doesn't have to do it, so that tomorrow morning he goes to work peacefully, was helping, but it wasn't. That's not what he wanted. He just wanted to spend a bit of time together. So that made me feel like I wasn't doing a good job, and it made me feel bad. Yeah, it was just a bad feeling. And also now just picking yourself up and telling yourself it's okay to have messed up. It's okay not to have been okay. So it's just pick yourself up and just try.
Yeah. What do you need to do?
Yeah, one day at a time. And as long as he has your back, then you'll make it. Because all your babies just wants, it's just you, your attention and all those things. For him, he didn't have a problem. I mean, I'm getting all the attention. But for him, it was different, because it was, when you lose your friend, just your best friend, and then your best friend gets another friend.
Yeah, and then they're doing the things together that you guys used to do,
and then they're not talking to you. How do you just feel like, man.
I think that's the best example.
Yeah.
You lose your friend, your best friend goes and gets another friend.
Yeah, you just feel like, man, like, how could you do this to me? I thought we were boys, and there was no one who could replace me or anything of that sort. And it's not a matter it's not that you are trying to replace the person. It's just that how you went about it
ended up. Yeah, there's always one higher.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, it's very hard to strike a balance. Especially, I would think, since I'm not married, I'm just speaking from what I've seen and what I've heard from people. It's hard to strike that balance between being a mom and being
a wife.
Yeah, being a parent, because you're feeling, okay, does being a parent outweigh being a wife? Because you're thinking, this is a grown man.
Yeah, and this is just
he can't take it. This is a little human being, has no idea what's going on, just got into this world. So your concentration automatically shifts.
Yeah.
And the mistake I feel most people make is they don't now communicate these things.
Yeah.
And even as guys, I would urge you, like, if you feel your wife is neglecting you, or if you feel that things could be done differently, you guys need to sit down. It all, again, boils down to communication. Tell this person, honestly, this is how I feel. I love that you're doing a good job with the baby, but then again, can we go out to dinner at least once a month?
Yeah.
Or so that even just put out time and be like, okay, this is the time I will take a break for myself. As a mom, I'll be like, okay, every Tuesday, it better be a random day, because every Tuesday from 2 to 5,
it's me.
it's me. I will go, even if you're not running errands, you just go. Wherever you go, even if you're taking a walk around where you stay. It could be something as simple as that, but it just keeps you sane. Yeah. And then now you're like, okay, so that is for me. Now for my husband, what can we do to be able to keep this fire burning? Yeah. We go on dates, or we just sit and talk, baby out of the way
of the topic. And
it's hard because you're thinking, okay, we'll sit here 5 minutes, the baby's crying for milk, so you're better off even just stepping out of the house. Yeah. Don't feel guilty to the point that you're thinking, okay, we cannot go on dates, we are going to sit in this house.
And I remember the first time I had to leave Joel for us to go on a date. It was horrible.
I think I remember this.
It was a horrible date. What? Because first of all, there was that back and forth of I don't want to go, I don't. But anyway, he asked me nice. I was like, Aisha, it's been a while, just go. I was like, fine. But in the back of my head I was like, but I haven't left enough milk for the baby. We need to sustain. Just go, have fun. We went until I got a text. The milk is over.
Quick.
I was like, we need to go. I was like, no, let's go. Now, I'm not waiting another second.
And the baby didn't die.
He doesn't die. We got home, he was asleep, and he didn't wake up until morning.
The baby does not die. For me, I think my first time leaving, it was my sister's birthday, and I remember my mom had my son, so it was it was a surprise party, and I had pumped milk, and I was like, it will be enough. And the same thing. Kwanza me to the call. Hi. So hakuna maziwa. I panicked. And then it's just those ones of you panic and you're thinking, even if he goes 1 hour without, if you just sit for 1 hour,
and sleep,
he'll be fine. And yes, you might feel like a bad mom after that, but sometimes you just need that time to yourself, to your significant other, to just, And for me, I feel like I'm learning something very important from your journey, that you need to be stable enough before you go into the next stage.
Yes.
Because you cannot carry baggage from one stage to another. So let's say hypothetically, very many people do this. You have issues in your relationship. You either get a baby because you think you'll fix it, or you marry this person because you think it will fix the problem. And then you realize, because you're being a first-time mom or dad, you're being a parent, and you're thinking, okay, because it's not even only the pressure of the chick getting the baby. There could be guys out there saying, I want children.
Yeah.
He's not married you, but you're okay with that whole thing. So both of you decide, okay, we're getting a baby. But you guys are not okay. Your relationship is a mess. But you get a baby, and
then you bring the baby into that mess.
You bring the baby into all that drama. You guys never sit down to talk about things. You guys don't communicate. And the moment that happens, it messes you up completely. You will never... It's very hard to be able now to just backtrack and start fixing problem after problem. Yeah. Especially when a child comes into it. I think when you're the two of you, you can easily say, okay, let's sit down and talk
about it.
But now there's a baby, you're thinking, you as a mom, you're thinking, Kwani, this guy, it will always be about us. Thinking, I need to be a mom. Yeah. He needs to understand that now I'm a parent. The chick is like that. The guy is saying, hey, okay, because she was neglecting me before, now she's even going to neglect me more now that there's a baby in this whole story. So, again, be mindful of each other. Always know whatever you're going through, is it even right or worth it to make someone else go through that?
Yeah.
Or can you wait it out? Can you sit down, talk about it, or can you just wait it out and be like, you know what, we can't do this now. I know you want a baby, but bringing a baby into this, it's not going to work. We're going to, and that's how there's so many kids out here growing up in messed up homes. And we are all to blame, because you see a friend of yours will come to you and be like, oh, this and this is happening in my life. and you advise them, see you guys just get a baby, you'll be fine. Or see you, he wants to propose, see you just marry him. And
probably you're saying I like this other person, but this one has money.
Yeah. And there'll be always something. And the fact is, there's always someone better. There's always someone better than you and I. There's someone better than your spouse. And there will always be someone better. Yeah? But who is good for you? That person that is amazing for you.
Yeah.
Stick to that. Don't be thinking, oh my God, so-and-so is better than this one. But is that person good for you? Or is that person just toxic? Are you thinking because, okay, this person has money, is financially stable, I can have a baby with that person. But they don't understand you. You guys can't communicate. All you see is the money. But you can't sit down and have a normal conversation. So it's small things, but in the bigger picture, they really matter.
Yeah.
They, like...
It's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. So, now, 3... Your baby is 2 now.
One
Guy,
months.
you turned 1. Why am I saying shiny? Yes.
You.
One.
This is the second time, baby. You think he's 2, but he's a tall baby.
Because he's just
Let
so
me just
cute.
defend you, and then he's tall. He's really tall.
No, yeah, that's true.
He's really tall.
And then I think also because he's really smart, so he seems like he's
Ahead,
yeah. He's way ahead of his age group. But yeah, so now a year down the line, how does it feel? Like, do you feel like you have this thing, in check, on lock, or there are days where you're just like, who is child is